Remember back in 2022 when condos were the hottest investment in Toronto? Prices skyrocketed, investors jumped in, and smaller shoebox units were flying off the shelves? Well, fast forward to now, 2026, it's a totally different story. Prices have tanked up to 27% from 2022 peak. Units are listing under $400,000 in downtown, and that's unheard of, and sales are at 25-year low. Investors are bailing out left, right, and center, and pre-construction assignment sellers are desperate, offering six-figure incentives to just get rid of their units. Today, I want to break it down with you, the extent of this damage. We look at the charts, numbers, and some crazy stories, and what it might mean for you. If you're thinking of buying, selling, or just watching how this market is unravel itself, make sure you watch till the end of the video. Hello everyone, my name is Houtan and I've helped hundreds of condo owners navigate the tough market, whether they want to buy, sell, or invest in the condominium. So make sure to watch until the end of this video so you can understand where we are in this market cycle and how you, whether you're buying, selling, or investing, can take advantage of this market. So rewind to 2022 peak. Average GTA condo prices were hovering around $790,000. Sometimes we're higher in downtown. Right now, we're talking about $650,000-ish for Q4 2025 data. When we look at the data from TRREB, we're seeing average down about 17 to 21% overall. But for smaller units, shoeboxes especially, it's closer to 25 to 27% of those highs. Some reports even say benchmark prices are back to 2019-22 levels in spots, so 6 years of gain have just been wiped out like this. Look at this chart. Prices per square foot, we can see here, this is just like the average condo. It was hovering around like 1,075. Right now, you come down all the way down to like 2025. Right now, we're probably gonna be even lower. It's like hovering around $800 per square foot. That's a massive slide, guys. You can see how it spiked during the pandemic frenzy and then just dropped. And TRREB's latest average condo price in the city proper around $690,000, down from $715,000 a year ago. And for smaller condos, price per square foot, we were like, sometimes we were at like $1,200 to $1,300 per square foot, and now we're seeing massive correction in price per square foot as well in like even smaller condos. Why is this happening? Well, it's just an oversupply, higher rates making mortgages payments brutal. People can't afford to hold on to these units, and on top of that, rents are not covering costs anymore, and economic outlook is not just that positive. So combination of all these things are making this market react this way. People are just cannot hold on to these properties and they're just flooding it on the market, and this is what's happening, right? But the problem is it's just not prices only. Sales are dead quiet right now too. Check this out. New condo sales in GTHA, just $1,599 in all of 2025, the lowest since 1991, according to Urbanation. That's down 60% from 2024 and an insane 95% from the peak 2021. Resale condos, well, we saw Q4 2025 had only about 3,800 sales, down 15% year over year. Although I'm talking about Q4 2025, we had one of the slowest months in January, and we're facing it in February as well. So this trend is continuing. Inventory, it's piling up like crazy. Active listings way up. Month of inventory is hitting records. Some areas it's pushing 8 plus for month of inventory. So what does this mean? That means if there is no new condo comes onto the market, it'll take 8 months to clear the existing inventory based on the speed of sales activity. This chart shows it. That blue line for active listings shooting up recently while sales are tanking. Also, power of sales, aka foreclosures in Canada, we say power of sales, are huge too. 99% jump in some reports. It's a buyer's market big time right now. Sellers are sitting with units forever. On average, it'll take at least 3 months to sell, whereas before you would sell in just like first week. Investors are feeling the problem a lot. Investors who loaded up on these tiny units, a lot are underwater now. Rents drop over 10%, and rates, mortgage rates have gone up as well, right? Up to like, in some cases, up to like 100% from what people are used to. Back in 20, like a low mortgage era, we had like 1% fixed rates, 1.5% fixed rate. Right now, you can probably get around, I would say, like, if you're lucky, you can get 3.8 to 4.2, 4.3 fixed rate. So look at it, like that's like more than double in some situations. So your payments are gonna like double. And a lot of these investors are losing 500, 600 easy monthly cash flow. It's stories everywhere. People are walking away, getting sued, or just dumping at a loss. Here are some examples of assignment sellers offering ridiculous cash offer to get out. We see here in Brampton, right? There was previously 2.6 million, now offering under 2 million. Another one here we have $407,000 loss in Blue and Spadina area. So the original price was 957. Now they're selling it at 550. You can see people are just like offering ridiculous incentives, and it's just getting crazy. Some developers are also getting desperate too to offload the existing inventory. I've seen cashbacks incentives up to 6 figures or mortgage free deals. They're offering like free property management, free mortgages for like next 2 years to just offload the inventory. Resale marketing downtown, units are now under $400,000 popping again. Bachelors and one beds back in the $300,000 in some spots. The pain is real, guys. I'm seeing it firsthand. A lot of these people are losing money a lot. Anybody that bought condos from 2020 onwards, doesn't matter if it was pre-construction or resale, today they're feeling the pain. But if you are an end user or first timer, this could be the opportunity time for you. So what's next? Experts like CMHC and TD just say price could dip more than in 2020, more than 2026. So what's next? Experts like CMHC and TD says prices could dip more in 2026. I'll show you what I mean. So look at this. So provincial housing market outlook. This is for TD, right? So first part of the report, they're explaining and like kind of summarizing 2025. And when we look at here, you're seeing in 2026, right? So here we're seeing that shows Toronto is essentially bringing down the rest of the Ontario, but the forecast here in terms of the price growth, we're seeing that in 2026, it still show forecasts that they're showing that prices are coming down. Although like Quebec is doing a little bit better, right? And same other part of the Canada as well are doing a little bit better. So even like in terms of the long-term population growth in Toronto, and hopefully with some potential rate relief, these things could turn things around. And since there's literally no pre-construction sales happening, that means that there are going to be no new supply hitting the market by 2029, 2030. So we'll see some sign of relief at that time if we have a decent population growth and a positive economical environment. My advice, if you're buying, do the rent versus buy math first. Owning sometimes still costs more due to the high mortgage costs right now, and wait for your perfect spot and negotiate hard. If you're selling, price realistically. Don't look at numbers 3 months ago. Look at what you're competing with and then price accordingly, competitively, and make sure the unit is super presentable and you can do a proper marketing. If you're an investor, if you're bleeding heavy cash on a monthly basis, then maybe try to sell the unit and just get out of it. But if you think you can hold on to the unit, things won't stay like this forever. Things will turn around, and then you can make some money in future. All right, so that was the real scoop on Toronto's condo meltdown. Crazy times, but you know what? Knowledge is power. So if this helped, please like, subscribe for more GTA updates. And if you're thinking of getting into this market, you're not sure how to start, get in touch with me and I'll be happy to help you out.